Hello, everybody. Today's video is coming to you in the form of an interview with my mastermind partner, Lauren Joyce, but I call her my mistress mind because just look at her. She's definitely a mistress, a master. So, Lauren, I'd just like for you to introduce yourself and share who you are and what you do.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. So, as Chrissy said, my name is Lauren Joyce, and I am a coach for women who really want to unlock their magnetism and attract in everything they desire in life and love. And as Chrissy mentioned, we are Mistress Mind partners. So we meet weekly and talk over business and brainstorm and use each other as a support system.
Yes. So we have been really using each other, right? For it hasn't even been a year yet, but just having each other's support always gets us through to the next level. Every breakdown we have, we know we can count on each other. And without paying each other with money, we like use this currency of energy and
Mm-hmm.
support and listening and free coaching to support each other. And
Totally.
it's been amazing for me. So
Me as
I
well.
yeah. So I was really inspired by the idea of this interview because I want my audience, you, to know what's possible when you finally
Mm,
claim your message. And I don't say find your message. I don't say discover your message. Like what I believe is that you really just need to remember it. It's usually just like right in front of your nose. And once you're so clear on it, once you finally claim it, everything begins to work and it just lifts you through the overwhelm, the fear, the burnout, all of it. Because
mm-hmm.
Lauren has nailed it. Like she is there. So Lauren, how about you just share with us where you are at?
Yeah,
I'd say let's, like before you claimed this message.
totally. So, just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, I've had my coaching business for about a year and a half now, probably a solid year of consistent effort in marketing. The first 6 months was kind of playing at it. And basically, what happened, how I got really interested in self development and transformation was my dad passed away in my mid 20s, and I really decided to live the best life I could possible and to learn how to master all of the emotions that were coming up. So that's how I kind of found myself in self-development. So when I decided to become a coach, again, just to give you the full picture here, I decided that I wanted to help women who were in the grieving process. And while that was a very gallant effort, I found that a lot of women needed support that I wasn't really capable or experienced enough to provide. So, enter in a coach of mine who I came to, and I told her that I was struggling with my target market, and being a young woman who loves to travel, who is starting a business, she suggested that I focus on other young women wanting to start businesses. Now, I am very much the stereotypical perfectionist type A student, so I heard this and I took it on and ran with it. And I hit financial success. I was hitting 10K months, and it all deep down felt like I was trying to play someone else's part. So every time I would get on a sales call, I would get so nervous and feel like I was really like, oh my gosh, like, well, I'll take off this price and like, I'll do this, and really trying to like prove my worth, because deep down, this wasn't really what I was meant to do. So in all these other areas of my life, and especially with men, I am totally magnetic, right? I'm the woman that men cross rooms for, cross streets for. And granted, I've learned a lot of these things, and that's what I embody now. And all of my friends are coming to me like, how do I have better communication with my man? Or how do I flirt with a guy? How do I ask him on a date? So this was kind of like my dirty little secret that I love talking about. I love reading about, like, I loved in so many ways, but I thought I had to be a business coach because that's what I started. That's what I was told. I was making money. I was good. My clients were getting results. But like I said, deep down, I was like, this doesn't feel like me. I felt like I was constantly reading other people's sales pages to get inspiration, aka borrow what they were saying and try and add my sense of humor in. And so it just was so uncomfortable. So many days I was crying and just like, how am I going to make this work? I know I have a purpose to serve. I know I am meant to change women's lives. And this seems to be like a good path. Why is it not working? And it wasn't working because it wasn't my path.
Wow. Oh, you painted the picture so beautifully. Yeah, a lot of us begin the journey teaching on a pain point that we have transformed on our own, right? Like for you, it was grief. For me, mine was like sexual trauma. And that's what I started teaching on at first too and coaching on, but slowly but surely realizing, wait, that isn't fully me. That isn't the fullest expression of my gifts. And then going into business coaching, as we all know, I went there too.
Yep.
And because I know you personally, as Mistress Mind partners, I remember just kind of being like, Lauren, you know what you're a master in, right? It's dating, it's helping men show up as heroes, just
Yeah.
for you being you. And I just want, like, when did you start claiming that, wait, this is what I could actually teach on? Like, what was that process like for you? What resistance did you feel and why?
So much resistance, right? And part of it was I had, and I still have a good amount of experience with being judged for this, right? And being like, well, you're so pretty, it's so easy for you, or losing a lot of friends or friendships at the time of women who couldn't see my radiance as inspiration and only saw it as competition. And so I was really afraid to come out so publicly, so visibly online in this because of the criticism and because of the backlash that I knew would happen. And so there was a lot of internal struggle, like, do I have what it takes to withstand the criticism of something that I know is so needed? And to be honest, I haven't mastered that yet. Like, I still, when I get messages from people, trying to shame or discredit what I'm doing, I still pause and I'm like, okay, I don't know where this strength's going to come from. But I guess for me, I so believe in restoring a woman into her feminine as the healing we need right now on the planet, and how when a woman learns how to claim her feminine, her magnetism, she does allow men to show up in a different way, and it helps to heal that within the men too and heal that relationship. So that bigger vision is what continues to guide me and ground me. But going back to the process, I remember so many conversations with Chrissy, and I will say, had I been working with her, I probably would have gotten there a lot faster than the short times that we had for mistress minding. But I always remember her saying, like, it's dangling in front of your face. And I'm like, where the hell is it? I can't find it. I think a part of it too, honestly, Chrissy, is because it is so natural to me that it was like, well, who really is going to pay me for this? Like, this is what I talk about all day long. Why is someone going to invest the big bucks in something that comes so easily to me? So it was fear of criticism, fear of being visible, fear of really being vulnerable in that area of my life. And also the fear of, like, who's going to buy this from me? Because, it's super easy. What do you mean you don't know how to do that? It's just, you just do this and then it happens. Like, that's how. So I would say that those two were some of the biggest resistance. And then also, the emotional aspect that you so beautifully held space for, where it was like, do I have what it takes? Do I have the resilience and the strength inside of me to live this bigger mission and this bigger purpose despite the criticism? And what does that look like? And how do I navigate it? Was a big thing.
Wow, you just brought up a lot of really important points. So the first is, when you're visible with a powerful message that's edgy and paradigm shifting, no matter what, we're going to receive threats. We're going to be
Totally.
resistance. And you have been moving through those fires.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling like every time you receive that kind of criticism or whatever it is, it's not that often, by the way. I've only seen it happen a couple times. But that's just a sign that you are so in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
And the next piece, is about the emotional support that's required when you are sharing this message publicly, right? It's so important to be able to cry it out without any shame, right?
Totally. Yeah. Well, and I think honestly, I've been really reflecting on this recently. And you're right, there hasn't been a ton of a criticism. I don't want people thinking I'm getting my inbox flooded daily. But, you know, when you're so passionate about something, you so believe in something, when any criticism comes in, it can be wounding and it can be, you know, it's definitely an ego hit. And I've really been reflecting on how the greats and the women who are really blazing that trail, how they continue to put one foot in front of the other and have that strength and resolve. And I really think it comes down to two things. Self-care, which is, you know, how am I taking care of myself? How am I fueling and feeding myself? But even bigger than that is, what is the support that I have in my life? Like, I wouldn't be able to continue to move forward if I didn't pack my life with women like Chrissy and who I can come and cry to, if I didn't have a coach who I could go to about these things, if I wasn't being emotionally supported, I wouldn't be able to live that bigger vision, period.
Yes, it's in the fall that we realize how high we can rise.
Totally.
Right? And that's the feminine. The feminine is messy. We have the ups and downs.
So messy.
And the range needs to be seen. It needs to be held.
Yeah.
Yes. So now tell me that you have really claimed this message, you know, like you're a dating coach and you're helping women be magnetic and really claim their feminine power. Tell me how that has supported your newsletter writing and your content creation and sales page writing, because I know a lot of women are stopped there when writing content.
Yeah, so it's so easy now at this point. Like, I remember when people used to be like, oh my God, I can write a mailer in 10 minutes. And I'm like, that's baloney. Like, right. How? Or what is happening? What template? I want that template. It's so easy now. Are there times where I stop and pause and think about, like, you know, certain marketing angles? Totally. But the content just flows at this point because I live my message. Like, it's like, it's not, shit, what do I say now? Like, because I felt like when I was a business coach, I was always in the space of, how do I get them to buy? How do I convince them that this is what I'm good at, that I'm worthy of them purchasing from me for this? With this, I'm just like, which story do I choose today? Maybe it will be about the local celebrity who had to see me before he jets off on a plane, or the millionaire businessman I met the other week. So, and then it's just like, it's more about, how do I pull out from that experience the content that's applicable to where my women are right now? Like, how do I relate this to them? And it's less about, how do I convince them this is necessary? It's like, no, this is so good. I have like 20 million ideas. It's, which one do I pick? Not, how do I convince them?
Yes. Oh, that is it. Because when you finally land, the wheels just naturally cook, you know, all the creativity is there. And that's what I've seen. Like, you're constantly on Facebook because you have so much to share. You have so many stories to share. And it feels so authentic. It's so you know, there's no stretch.
And I want to add to that, on Facebook and social media, when I was a business coach, I remember being like, I don't even know what to write, like on a personal whatever. And now that we're having this conversation, like, what I'm realizing is because I was trying so hard to act a different part than what I was, that I felt like on social media, like, how do I act, right? How do I make this appealing? And now I find I'm just so much more comfortable with how I'm using social media. And I just like, you know, the other day I was just like, why Pittsburgh is there no flourless chocolate cake? Why? Like, crying faces. You know what I mean? Because I'm just showing up. I've allowed myself to show up in my life as myself. And I think that's the biggest difference. For what felt like so long, was only like a year, but it felt like 10 years. I was trying to act the part of what I thought I should be.
Right.
And really claiming that message is the difference between acting how you think you should act and allowing yourself to show up as who you are.
That's it. So now talk numbers. Now that you have been really sharing this,
Yes.
your true message, which typically we don't see in the business world as being selling material,
Totally.
based on what we've learned from business coaches and whatnot. Tell me what's been happening for you this month.
Well, let's see. The month started with a broken computer, which lasted the entire month long. I just closed a sale, which put me over 10K. This is, I will say, my first solid month marketing this new message, new niche. So just closed a sale that's put me over 10K for the month with a broken computer, and I take 1 week off a month. So I'd say it's going pretty well. And the first sales didn't even require sales calls. I was so excited about what I was doing, what I was learning, that I shared it with a few people, and they're like, yes, here's my credit card. I'm ready. So I equate it to feeling like you're pedaling through mud uphill compared to coasting downhill with the wind at your back.
That's it. That is what's possible when you claim your message, when you just remember it. You seriously just close your eyes, breathe it in, and just know that this is what you're meant to be doing, because it's happening and it's fluid and it's beautiful and it's inspiring.
Yeah.
And what I love about it too is that it's going to attract the women who are up for it.
Yep.
And the women who aren't, so be it.
Yeah. What I am finding, two things that I want to add. One thing that I'm finding interesting, even critiques that I'm getting are like, I can't believe that you did that or would post that, but I'm interested and I'm wondering when your next training is. So that's the first thing, which I always just find very humorous. And the second thing is what I really want to say, because I remember there was one call that you and I had, Chrissy, and I was so emotional. I remember crying, and I remember you being like, you know, you're right there. And it felt so far away. And I remember feeling so defeated and like, like tearing up now. Like, I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to find it. Like, what's wrong with me that everyone else seems to have it and I don't? And being in this place now, like, I can truly authentically say that it's the perfect timing. Like, I had to heal things that I had to heal. I had to move through emotional ups and downs. I had to set certain things in my business and get, like, being a business coach and reaching a certain level of success and then switching my message. One of the biggest lessons was I have what it takes. Like, if I can make something that is so not me work and make money, like, well, being me is going to be a hell of a lot easier. And I'm so stubborn, so that's probably a lesson I needed to learn. But it really is perfect timing. Like, it really, I don't know how it could have happened any sooner, as cliche as that sounds. And I know for the women watching who feel so far away, it's going to feel so worth it when you get there. I promise.
Yeah, thank you for that, because there is no progress without the struggle at all. And no, exactly. It did happen at the perfect time. So this conversation is just reminding me that when a woman is stuck in her business, right, it usually has to do with three things. She's unclear on her message. She doesn't know what it is, or she's outgrown her message, or she's living inside a message that isn't hers. And once we're just aware of that blind spot, you're like, oh, wait, it gives you permission to really do the soul searching and the digging that's required.
Totally. And without the support, I mean, I really feel like, and again, I only have Chrissy for like 30 minutes, not even a week, sometimes less. You know, it's not the coaching container that provides even more support and fertile ground. But had I not even had that support, I see how I could have remained where I was for years.
Yes.
And
that's heartbreaking.
It is, because I probably would have quit. Because it felt so bad and so off. And without having you and the other support in my life, that's where you draw the strength from. So what I want to say to the women who are watching is, you know right now whether or not you're ready for this support. And if you are, Chrissy is the woman for this. Like, again, just having her as a peer helped me remember and claim my message, but more importantly, who I was. And so if you're comfortable hanging out and not being yourself and living in a message that isn't yours, good luck and Godspeed. But if you are ready to be yourself and to serve and to live the purpose that you know so deep in your heart and your soul that you're meant to live, like, you need to jump on working with Chrissy like there is no tomorrow, because there is. There may not be, because like there's people out there waiting for you, you, my friend who's watching this, to remember why you're here.
That's it. And thank you for reminding me of why the hell I do this. Because there are women out there who do quit. And I believe that moment, that critical moment where it's like, do I stay or do I go? When you can safely transition through that, through the doubt, through the fear, through the shame, whatever it is on the other side of that is who you really are. And that's who I'm looking at right now, is Lauren Joyce, who is killing it as the magnetic woman in the industry. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here, and thanks for everyone who's been watching this. I know we went a little bit longer than we said we would, Chrissy, but it's just too good not to. So if you're still hanging on and still watching, thank you. And you know, you're gonna kill it. You are.
You already are.
You already are.
Yeah. Thank you, world. And this is Lauren Joyce. You can find her at laurenisjoy.com.
Yes.
The magnetic woman.
Yes.
That's the brand that's coming through. So thank you for watching and have a great day.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Chrissy. Thank you.
Bye. I love you.
Love you too. Mwah.